pious will respect Sha'air Allah. In Surah Hajj, verse 32, وَمَنْ ذَلِكَ وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Those who respect Sha'air Allah, those who respect the rights of Allah, they are really among the pious. So we are here to tell that, oh Hussain, we're going to respect one of the greatest Sha'air of Allah. Then we will be among the muttaqeen. Who said Arbaeen is Sha'air Allah? Who said Arbaeen is one of the rights of Allah? Isn't it that in this ayah says, وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ? This وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ refers to Hajj. In Hajj, mostly, maximum 3 millions these days will go to the Hajj. And these 3 millions, Allah indicates in the Quran that this Hajj, because it's the symbol of the unity of the Muslim, is considered as Sha'air Allah. Now we have Arbaeen with more than 22 millions. So definitely based on this logic, based on this formula, it's going to be another Sha'air Allah. When Arbaeen is a great Sha'air of Allah, those who respect this, those who honor these days, definitely they are going to be among the muttaqeen based on this ayah of the Quran. Quran doesn't say anything from his own, it's talking about from Allah. Now I'm just going to give you one hadith, and this hadith again related to Arbaeen. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, ألا إن لربكم في أيام دهركم نفحات ألا فتعرضوا لها. It says, in your life, during your life, there will be blaze of the grace and favor of Allah blowing repeatedly, blowing to you. Then Prophet said, Allah fatarradullah, expose yourself to this grace. Now we can see Arbaeen is one of this bliss. Arbaeen is one of this nafha. So those who wants to benefit from Arbaeen, they should expose themselves for such a gathering to be able to receive this nafha from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I really appreciate your attendance, your participating here, and to be among those who honor and those who respect Arbaeen. And I really appreciate the organizers who prepared this type of majlis. Then all of us, inshallah, we will be among the pious based on this ayah of the Quran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Our thanks to Hujjat Islam Sayyid Hashim Hussain, and now I'd like to welcome Hujjat Islam Sayyid Muhammad Rezavi for a speech in English. Please welcome Maulana with the loudest of salawat.
السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. Peace be on Hussain, peace be on Ali the son of Hussain, peace be on the companions of Hussain, peace be on the children of Hussain. Having just returned from the land of Hussain, from the land of Karbala, I can see that the love of Hussain is not just limited to Karbala. In fact, worldwide, every country and almost every major city marked Ashura and now marks Arbaeen. The love of Hussain penetrates borders. Karbala, when you look at Karbala, it manifests many messages for Muslims and non-Muslim friends alike. Whether you look for bravery, you find it in Karbala. Whether you look for loyalty, you find it in Karbala. Whether you look for resilience, you find it in Karbala. Whether you have no religion, Muslims or non-Muslims who have no faith and you look for freedom, you find it in Karbala. Today, Hussain talks to everyone, not just to the Muslim, not just to the Shia. Hussain talks to everyone. Did he not say to his enemies that if you do not believe, at least be free? Be free and do not take our women as captives. Hussain speaks with everyone. The message of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain is diverse. One just needs to look towards Karbala. If you look towards charity, you find in Karbala. The man, Hussain ibn Ali, and his children and his followers was deprived of water for 3 days. Yet the name of Hussain feeds those who are hungry. In the name of Hussain, there is water being distributed for those who are thirsty. One man on that day, the one who was killed thirsty along with his thirsty companions. Today when you walk to Karbala or when you're here and you see the mawaqib over there, the thirst of Hussain is remembered how that water is distributed to those who are thirsty. That Hussain died thirsty, that no one should remain thirsty after that. And you know why? Because water is a basic human right. And yet the ones who deprived Imam al-Hussain and his family and his companions of water deprived him of the most basic human necessity. And on the day of Ashura, though Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam was hungry as well, but they never asked for food. They only asked for water. You know why? Because Imam wanted to show them that water is a basic human necessity. One should get water without cost, without charge. And maybe if someone asks food, the giver may think twice, but when someone asks for water, you don't think twice. Yet Abu Abdullah al-Hussain, when Imam al-Sajjad buried him, you know what he writes on his grave? This is the grave of Hussain, whom they killed thirsty at Shahna. I leave you with 2 words on the day of Arbaeen, as Jabir approaches the grave of Abi Abdullah al-Hussain. He says to his servant who's with him, he says, I can't see, I'm blind, I'm old, take me to the grave of Hussain. He holds his hand and he takes him onto the grave of Abu Abdullah. Jabir throws himself on the grave. And he says, oh Hussain, Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, 3 times. And there is not a response. And how would Hussain respond after what they did to Abu Abdullah? But in that moment, they hear someone is coming from the direction of Sham. He says to his servant, Atiyah, he says, go. If it is the soldiers of Ibn Ziyad, we will hide. And if it is my Mawla, my master, Zainul Abidin, come and tell me. I will free you for the sake of Allah. He goes and he sees what? He sees from a distance that there are black flags. You know, like you're carrying flags today. There were black flags and Imam al-Sajjad with the daughters of Rasulullah. As he returns back, he runs to Jabir. He says, oh Jabir, this is your Mawla Zainul Abidin. He runs towards him and he throws himself on the feet of Sayyid al-Sajjad. You know what Imam Sajjad does? After a long time, Imam Sajjad had seen a friend. For the whole time he was in Sham, he was around the enemies. They would whip him, they would lash him, they would abuse him. But when Imam Sajjad sees Jabir, he embraces him and he says, Jabir, Ya Jabir, this is where they killed our children, oh Jabir. Oh Jabir, this is where they slaughtered the arms of my uncle Abbas. Oh Jabir, this is where they beheaded my father Abi Abdullah al-Hussain. And they cry and he says, oh Jabir, this is where they threw an arrow into the neck of the baby that was being carried by Abu Abdullah. I don't know what happened after that, but I do know that Zainab came to the grave of Abu Abdullah. I leave you with this one last line. When Zainab came onto the grave of Abu Abdullah, I don't know what was harder for her, to come and see the grave of Hussain, or to be on Tala Zainabi and see shimmer on the chest of Hussain. I do not know what was harder for her, but perhaps she says to Hussain, oh Akhi Hussain, forgive me, when I left I had your 3-year-old daughter with me. But now I return and I leave her in the dungeons of Sham. Oh Hussain. And then they find Kulthum. When they turn around, where is Kulthum? Kulthum is on a grave by the Furat. She cries on the body of Abul Fadl al-Abbas. These two bodies, today the distance between them is Bain al-Haramain. One side you have Sayyid al-Shuhada, and on the other side you have Abbas Afdal al-Shuhada. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. صلوات
صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.